outdoor crowd, they're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it! 36! 36 to Mike. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down, 3 down. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the 3rd player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. He also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Line 36. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Watch 36.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Able to find Isabella. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
43's the mic.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Why? Get wide. Hey.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the draw. Here's Johnson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down. Check, crunch.
1st down, Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Murray going to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running from the gun, Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 6-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got it. Seals Jones, touchdown Cardinals. Ricky Seals-Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Check. Lucky.
Here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 77 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson flushed out right. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Let's get off the field, D.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Now Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. A first down carry here for Johnson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on second down. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing now is Murray. That is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. The quick slant caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ricky Seals-Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
To throw is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
We got 3. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Shotgun now from Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Here we go. Touchdown. 6. I got it.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Murray now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Murray now to throw, trying to lay one up deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They toss to Ingram. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
17 yards on the play. It's now third down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Check the backer, check the backer.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
6-6, pull it high. Shoot.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
2nd and 10, it's McSorley. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll make it 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Keep it up, guys.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the ready. 3. Mike's 43.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tight end right. 4 down. Check.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Johnson. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun on third down, Murray able to find Isabella. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Here we go. Set. Not a good. Forward to Mike. Squeeze, double. Ready, go. Let's go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Murray gets this one to Isabella. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
First and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And Gay knocks this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
On third down, Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. David Johnson on his way. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 51 yards on the ground. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
He's crashing. He's 64. Wait.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it with Johnson. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Brown. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You better be afraid of me.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
So don't say nothing.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, move on quickly. Ship.
Here's Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
61. Max ball. Max 43. Let's go, let's go. Check 3, check 3. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, check.
Now it's Dixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs, needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. Being chased out left. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shane Ray coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. That's going to be caught by Kirk.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, they'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Switch.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
What we got? Set, hot, 3. Mike's 43.
Yeah, you don't want none.
Hot 7. 43 is the Mike.
To throw again on second down. Jackson fighting through pressure. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The Ravens on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Coverage by Tyler Murphy.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Rotate. Spell. Delta, Delta. 43 is the Mike. 43 is the Mike.
One last shot for Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Cards, with the victory.